What's up, you guys? Slim here with the installment of Choose Your Destruction. This isn't the end of the series, this is just the last one for the end of this format. As you guys know, we'll know the new Forbidden Limited list probably, I'd say maybe 2 weeks we'll know it. It might get announced in one of the YCSs, it might get announced, anytime. Like, I don't ever know the date. A lot of people know the date, but I don't. But we'll hear about it soon enough. All these predictions and stuff, I mean, have fun with them, but you're never going to know until the list comes. But I wanted to just give one final, kind of just closing out on this format with as many side deck cards as I could come to mind. I didn't want to include all of them because that would kind of defeat the purpose of the discussion, but I think these cards will open discussions in the comments. I literally thought of everything that I've either side decked or had side decked against me or seen people side deck against everything. Um, and these were just like all the cards I could think of. People wanted me to talk about Heretics, Harpies, and a bunch of other decks like in this last episode. I kind of just want to do this instead of just focusing on those decks. I just kind of want to go over everything and kind of like someone commented like overall just really good cards for everything the side deck that would just be good in multiple matches, and I think that is the best way to do this. So I'm just gonna start here. This is almost like a deck profile. It's crazy. It's over 40 cards, but I always put things in triplicates just cause you never know. So DD Crow. DD Crow is good against a lot of decks. The card, it does a lot of cool things. It hits water. It hits Heretics when they try to summon like if they're trying to summon one of the vanillas out of the grave or something. It's good against the dragon rulers. You just banish them and they're not going to get anything off of them, and they're gone. Return's gone. So DD Crow's good. DD Crow's good against it's good against Infernities. Like I've seen people use it against Infernities, like when they go Necromancer to get Archfiend or something from grave, you just DD Crow it. Broken against Insectors, it's like almost auto win against Insectors. People forget about that deck. I've had to play against that deck a lot, and it's a pain in the ass matchup because if they open Hornet and whatnot, and you don't have Veiler or Fiendish Chain, like your shit's getting popped and it sucks. So I really like DD Crow. It solves a lot of problems. It's good against random shit too. It's good against Lightsworn. Like get that last like target out of there so they can't JD you, because literally the deck is like all JD until the new support comes out. I'm trying to think. There's other decks is good against. Good against 3.5 axis because they go Spirit and then you DD Crow the Leopard. They're pretty much done. So Crow's is a really good card. It's good against Boojins too. Remove their stuff before they can. You're in a good position just be able to get past the hairs. So I like DD Crow. Veiler is one of the best cards ever. This card should just be in your main deck. I don't know why I have it here, but it should just be in your main deck. The card is just so damn good. Like it literally has changed from a format where we were maining 3 Max C to maining 3 Veiler, just because Veiler is just so good. Like the reason why it's so good is that it's a lot harder to respond to a Veiler than a Fiendish Chain. Fiendish Chain has so many ways to counter Fiendish Chain. You can Trap Stun it, 7 Tools it, Typhoon it. There's so many ways that you can play around Fiendish Chain. And you can just overlay and get past Fiendish Chain, and then you have a dud Fiendish Chain on the field, and it sucks. So Veiler's just amazing. If you're not mating it, you need to side it. There's so many effects going off this format. For the end of this format, you need to use it. Maxi, good against water, good against Radix, good against spammy decks. It's a deterrent. I've already talked about this before. It's just a deterrent card. It helps you draw to answers. Maxing into Veiler is great. Stop them in their combo. Maxi is just a good card, good deterrent. It may not be the best answer because sometimes people are just like, fuck it, like they're just gonna go for it. But if you stop them anywhere and they can't put game on board and deplete all your life points, you'll easily come back because of Maxi. Self-explanatory. I put Dark Hole only because I've noticed a trend that a lot of people are just siding this card. It's not really seen in the main deck. I mean, some people main deck it. Depends on your deck. I like Dark Hole, either main deck or side deck. I think it's just good against some matches. Dark Hole, like, it's good against Geargia. They establish a board, you destroy it. Mermails establish a board, you destroy it. Spellbooks, they have spellcasters on field, and you destroy it. Like, Dark Hole is just Dark Hole. It's, like, the only, like, it's one of the last staples left, the good one-ofs for spells, so I thought I'd throw it in here. Dimensional Fissure, pretty self-explanatory. Takes care of hand traps. Takes care of um, man. I just totally like blanked out. Defissure is just good. It stops Mermail, obviously. Just a really good card. It's one of those one-ofs if your deck can support it. Side deck it. Twisters, answers to problematic cards. Answers to cards like Harpy's Hunting Ground. Answers to Tanky, answers to Skill Drain, answers to Royal Decree, answers to anything annoying face up, Kaiser Coliseum, you name it. Card's really good. Zombie World. This card is amazing. It's stupid how amazing the card is. It really just destroys Boojins. It destroys a lot of crazy decks because it makes everything zombies and like literally if you can't do anything, like if your monsters are all zombies, you can't really do anything with them. So I think Zombie World is a really cool card. It cuts off a lot of decks and it just makes it so that neither player contributes summon except zombie type monsters. Another way to just knock out like Heretics and other stuff, tributing decks. So this card is really good. It was really used against Monarchs, just a be all end all for Monarchs. Black Horn of Heaven, probably the best trap card to side this format for the end of this format. This card's like extra warnings. It answers so many decks. It answers Geargia, it answers Mermail, it answers pretty much any deck when they want a special summon. It's not as good as Solemn Warning, but it's the closest thing you'll get after Solemn Warning. So this card is just really good. I like it. A lot of people are starting to main deck it. It's that good. When a side deck card is being main decked, and I mean even as a one of, it's just really good. Debunk, it's one of my favorite cards. I always talk about Debunk and how good it is. It stops Dark World, stops Heretics, it stops Hand Traps, it stops Swift Scarecrow. And I don't know if people are even playing Scarecrow anymore, but I remember when people were, and you could debunk one and win because of it. It was crazy. Debunk's just an amazing card. Just being able to stop a lot of things. It's amazing against Mermail. Knock into a Linde and debunk it, so good. You pretty much win from there. DNAs. So many decks you can use this again, kind of like Zombie World. This is good against Boojins, good against Spellbooks, good against Noble Knights. Everyone forgets about Noble Knights. Then you'll play against it and they'll get like their guy up to 4,000 and you can't do anything to it and you just lose because of it. So cards like DNA Surgery and cards like Zombie World are good for Zombie World, yeah, Zombie World's good for it because it makes them all zombies. Yeah, I haven't played against Noble Knights, so I have no idea. But I've seen Noble Knights in action. I know people just want to DNA them and just stop them because their swords just make them pretty much impenetrable. So, just a really good card. It has a lot of purposes. Plus, it's good if you're running a deck like Boojins and they call something besides Beast Warrior. You can just flip your own DNA and call Beast Warrior again. So DNA is really cool. Dust Tornado, just more generic back row removal. It's just good. It's responsive to tanky, responsive to a lot of cards, the Sphere, etc. Plus you get to set a card, so it can help you set up plays. So Dust Tornado is just an old school, just old fashioned spell and trap removal. Lightmere, Heretics, and Lightsworn, and Boojins completely shuts them down, especially Boojins. Boojins are done. The minute you flip this card, it's over. Like, they literally can't do anything because, I mean, all they have are Cranes, and I mean, if you're a good player and you know how to play around Crane, it's really not a problem. So Lightmere just pretty much ends them. Macro, auto kill water if it stays on board. 3 Mind Crush. Mind Crush is just, I mean, it's Mind Crush. Every deck searches, you're always going to have knowledge of what your opponent's adding to their hand. Tenki Bear, Mind Crush Bear, any kind of searching, spellbooks, Mind Crush them, it's over. Multiple Mind Crush, you just win flat out. I've seen people resolve 2 Mind Crush at a time just because they got a quick glance at their opponent's hand and Mind Crushed again, and it was just, that's like a blowout. Mistake, only if your deck can support it. Unfortunately, if you're playing Gear Gear, you can't play this card. I don't even think you can. Yeah, you can't use this if you're playing Boojins. It's good against so many decks. It's Thunder King in trap form. There's no other way to say it. It's just an absolutely amazing card if your deck can support it. I think it's great because it handles a lot of problems. Overworked is for obviously Fire Fizz, but people forget it's actually good against Insectors. Because when they do equip, they do gain attack, so it can be pretty cool what it can do. I've seen it resolved on a couple people, and it's not like the greatest card, but it is like running extra torrential tribute, so I do like the card a lot. And it's not half bad. I think someone told me against Madolche, when they have the Chateau up, they all gain 500. I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll just, they get recycled, but I mean, if they can clear the board so that you can win, it's still pretty good, or put you in just in a better position than you were before. And Soul Drain, because Soul Drain shuts down Boojins, Heretics, Mermails, you name it. It just like it's a great card. But that's pretty much it. I can't really think of anything else that I wanted to include here. I'm sure you guys will come up with a bunch of crazy stuff and stuff you like to decide. I know people wanted me to focus on Harpies. I played against Harpies once, so I really don't have that much experience against it. All I know is Hunting Ground and Dancer is annoying, so Dust Tornadoes, Twisters, anything to get the Hunting Ground off the board. Um, I don't know if you'd use DNA or Zombie against them. I mean, I think they're all Wing Beasts. So I mean, turning them into something else I mean, is not really a super deterrent, but it can help in some situations. Mistake is good because Hysteric Sign is just disgusting how good it is, and Hysteric Party, those cards are just ridiculous. That's all I know about the deck is that those cards are good. So that's pretty much it. In the comments below, feel free to include any cards you guys side deck for the rest of this format. I will revamp this little mini segment here as soon as we roll into a new format and the decks establish themselves. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little mini series. I'm going to put into a playlist for you guys just to reflect on a couple things for this format. If I missed any decks that people are playing, I do apologize. Feel free to include them and feel free to supply your own list. Or if you are you have a YouTube channel, feel free to make your own video response. I have to look in the inbox how those things work now. I haven't looked at my inbox in a long time since they keep changing the format of everything. But I'll definitely, if you guys make responses, I'll definitely have them as responses to this so that you guys can get some views. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini series. Leave your thoughts on it and definitely check out the playlist if you haven't seen any other videos, and onward to the new format. In a couple weeks we'll know the list, so it'll be interesting to see what direction the game goes in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thumbs it up and thank you for watching.